You're such an asshole.
So, for my entire life, I'm a really good economist because I look at empiricism, like, oh, that communism thing didn't work out. And I had common sense, like third grade common sense. Although third grade back in the 80s probably means like, doctoral level education today. It was like, oh, but you really ought to help. You really ought to share, said every spinster baby boomer teacher, female I've ever had. I said, why? It's mine. No, I don't have to share my truck. It's either mine or it's not. I don't care. I don't care which way it is. You decide, but don't say, well, it's this, but we're going to play by different rules. But I'm particularly proud of how, in the thick of college, where I was definitely a distinct minority, where I simply wasn't a Democrat. And I was a libertarian, and there's some nuanced arguments for it. But the pressure and the name calling, and it continues on. I've told you many stories before about, house parties in the Twin Cities in my 20s. Oh, you're a Republic. People would literally like, oh God. I mean, I was asked one time to leave because I wasn't a Democrat. You open-minded, not tyrannical people. But I was right. I wasn't like, oh, I really got to rethink. I'm like, no, I'm looking at the data. I'm looking at history. This works. And now, 25 years later, people grew up as they predictably, like the programmed robots they were. If you're not a Democrat when you're young, you don't have a heart. But if you're a Democrat when you're old, you don't have a brain. Oh, wow. Thanks, Socrates. I wonder whoever the heck, I think was Churchill who came up with that one. So I got to see that for 40 odd years. But now, all of a sudden, my friends, and some real friends I had, yeah, I guess you were right. I'm like, oh, you paying taxes now? Oh, mom and dad cut you off. Oh, you got to support you. Oh, you have kids. Oh, you see what the school districts do. Oh, what was it? I didn't hear you. I didn't hear you. Oh, I was right. I thought I was accused of being the guy with the funny mustache because I wanted, a balanced budget and low taxes. I thought you said that I should be crucified and killed because I want a 10% flat tax. I remember almost getting into fisticuffs with this guy because I was for private schools. Like, not even against the public. They're like, well, there should be private voucher. Like, yeah, there should be a voucher. Oh, God. But there was one thing, now that I'm old, there's one thing I loved or have observed, and it's very true. And it tells you everything you need to know. I'm going to simplify politics a lot for you. What I absolutely love is, for now, it's got to be 60 years, maybe 70 years. I'm sure some academics would tell me otherwise. At minimum 70 years that you have had in the West academic institutions and programs and departments, academic departments, wholly dedicated to what we would call the social sciences or the liberal arts, but I would just say professional white collar panhandlers, dedicated to the socialist cause, socialism. You could call it sociology, you could call it journalism, you could call it, but all it inevitably became, all the social sciences, especially now more modernly the liberal arts, all it became was a big push and backwards fabrication of the data and research to prove that socialism will work the next time we try it, the next time, or why it didn't work in the past. And as I've gotten older and I realized just how much the adults were lying and faking it, and they didn't know what they were doing, including bank, I'm not talking just academics or economists and all that. But when you get old enough and you look and you see, you get to peer behind the curtain, you realize just a very simple statement, a very simple truism that kind of brings it all down. And that is, all of the academic research, all the journalism, all the politics, everything, all, like, think of the tens of millions of people maybe hundreds of millions of people over the years, in just the United States alone, forget the world, that work in media and politics and are staffers and are employed at the state, federal, and local, and and then your colleges and universities and people who got doctorates and they did all this research and all the people and the journalists and the how many, seriously, we did the math, trillions of hours, potentially trillions of US dollars over 70 years, easy. I would even say at least $10 trillion. I'd have to do the math. But we are talking multiple trillions of dollars worth of human time in not even a century has been spent in the most complex and inefficient way to just say, we want free shit. That's it. That's all the socialism is. That's all the communists are. That's all the labor union was. Although there was a little bit of like, hey, we want, I'll withdraw that. Let's not throw the labor union in there. The Democrat Party, the colleges and universities, I would say at least half the people under 40, your religion, you mock or ridicule Christianity, but then you believe in socialism. We're talking around 100 million lives, 100 million professions, 100 million ideologies, and all the time they put into it, either professionally, academically, or in their own personal lives. It has all been nothing short of give us free shit. That's it. I know it's an obscure reference, but if you guys want a really good movie, go watch Midnight Run. Charles Grodin looks at Robert De Niro and says, you're all about the fuck. It's just about the fucking money. That's all it is. Now, as an economist, I understand money is time and time is your life. I get that. But you guys want free shit. I don't care how complicated or nuanced your argument is. Das Kapital is what, 600 pages? Dude, Carl, just say you're a lazy sack of shit and you don't want to work. Noam Chomsky, suck my fucking dick. Get the fuck out of here, you worthless academic hack. Go back to linguistics. That's the only thing you were worth it. All he did, free shit. Foucault, free shit. Krugman, free shit, but with charts. That's all it is. I came up with the term white collar panhandler. I mean, like people who work in nonprofits and government. We need more money and all that. But all of you are white collar panhandlers. All of you. You just wanted free shit and you didn't want to work for a living. That's all it was. And it's no more complex and advanced than when I'm in the 3rd grade and my dumbass spinster pissed off boomer teacher came in. You should share your trunk. Fuck off, Marx. And it's a fascinating study of human, like society-wide or society psychology or society-wide human psychology, where you all act like a group, where you all think it's going to be different this time, or that somehow you got studies show, research suggests, oh yeah, with a sample survey of 5 of your best friends who all just like love socialism. It doesn't even beat 3rd grade 80s 3rd grade logic, not modern 3rd grade logic, which is hate white people. Is that it? That's what my teacher said. Where it's like, wait, we don't have to work? Well, who's going to make the stuff? Or another way to, oh, wait, we could do whatever we want and would be paid whatever. Yeah, well, who's going to do the important things like, surgery or build sewers? No one. We're all going to be podcasters and journos and political analysts. Where does the food come from? I'm paid the same amount no matter what I do. Why would I work hard? I'm just going to be a security guard, if that. All that time, all your lives wasted. All of you said I feel real bad for you socialist ideologues. Socialists, including Labor, Democrat, and the 2 pansified parties that got up in Canada. That's your ideology. There's a picture of this schmuck. He's like dressed in all this Marxism star and sickle garb. Like that's his religion. That's your life, huh, buddy? Parasitism, huh? You don't want to work. Free shit. That's all it is. Don't make it more nuanced. Don't act like it's anything. Oh, you have a doctorate. Oh my, professor. Like by now, especially you millennials, if the professor's just you. See, now I gotta edit this. Right in the ass for $300 of credit to give you your worthless piece of paper. You're like, oh, professors, oh, they're very intelligent. They're like, no, they're scum. They're scam artists. Like you got completely violated. You go, oh yeah, free shit. Oh, it's the core of my ideology. Wow. I don't know what Potemkin village. No, it's bigger, it's grander than that. It's like a big old shit balloon in the sky. You're telling me to worship it like it's God or something. Oh, but that's all I wanted to point out. And there's a second part to it, but all of this, Holly Gennaro and Die Hard, she goes up to Hans Gruber after all this, after all your speeches, you're just a common thief. And he says, I'm an exceptional thief. And it's all you are. I mean, in a literal sense, you're just thieves. You're just parasites. You just want free shit. I don't want to hear you crap about, I was oppressed. Oh, I have a disability. Oh, the colonists from 300 years ago, whatever, how far back you're going to go. No, just say I want free shit. That's it. Just say that. We don't need the complications. We don't need the fake. We don't need the fake and the hook. We don't need the 700-page theses or documentaries. We don't need just say you don't want to work. You want other people to work so you get free shit. And I literally have just summed up all the academics, especially you there, Noam. Oh, let me guess, you're going to make it more complicated than that. I don't even know if he's conscious. I think he's in his 80s now. It's all you're just a common thief, common crook, common parasite. And you can argue you're an exceptional parasite because you have 3 doctorates in the liberal arts, or you write articles and they're really popular and you sold the book. Hey, how many books have been written that we need free shit? I mean, we could just replace the title. I don't know how many. I mean, obviously Das Kapital. How much of it is just at the end of the day? And so that was the axiom or the rule. For me, what has helped out? To not bother with these intellectually dishonest people who want to make like there's an argument that they deserve free shit, that they are entitled to enslave other people partially for their lives so that they get free shit. Before they even open their mouths, just ask them, is the solution more of other people's money? That's it. And if it is, you can say no. Because you're not entitled to other people's wealth. You're not entitled to other people's lives. You could try and debunk it, or you could just say, okay, cool, I know what your argument is. It's the same damn thing. I don't care what route you came to rationalize it this time. Have you ever heard him say, we should give people more of their money? Let people keep more of the money? We should let people work hard? We should let people work. It's always the same, which means there's no thought. It's just programming, and it's basic bitch human instinct. I'm a lazy sack of shit, and I don't want to work. That's it. That's all it is. And so what I like to do is I like to bypass it all. Like there's some kind of intelligence or intellectual honesty or empiricism or even a desire to help out humanity. Like, whoa, hold on, time out. Is the solution more of other people's money or free shit? It is. I'm done. I don't want to talk to you because I know it already. Your argument's been made for the past 70 years. Thank you very much. The only other thing that could be said, and this would apply in the West, particularly the United States, the only other time, seriously, you could simply, now that we're talking about the West, particularly US, we could simplify it down to the individual party, the Democrat Party, but it applies elsewhere. The only other type of Democrat out there, aside from I want free shit, is going to be I want to be popular. And that is epitomized by everyone under 30, where you're in college, you're Democrat because you want to be popular. I just think of the little people. Like every non-thinking 21-year-old ditz. Right. And what you will see, even if it goes later on, particularly among women, but not exclusively, is people will vote for free shit, not because they believe it, not because they haven't given it a thought like, hey, why is rent so high? Huh? Why is everything so expensive? You voted for free shit, both with Trump and Obama. I didn't shut up. They don't know the ramifications. They just want to be popular. How popular am I? Let me show you. It's the classic telling a kid to eat his broccoli versus telling the kid to eat ice cream. One parent is going to be popular, the other is going to be hated. But one parent's actually helping out the kid, the other is contributing to tooth decay. Women, deadly serious. You want about 75% of all your problems and nearly all of your financial problems to go away? Stop majoring in dumb shit. That's me telling you to eat your broccoli. It's good for you. I actually, in a philosophical sense, I guess I kind of care. That's the best thing for you. What's your natural reaction? Shut up, you sexist patriarchal booby boo. And pay for my education while you're at it. Sexist. Not popular, but I'm right. But everyone, there's so few people that want to be courageous and just like call it as it is. No, you shouldn't major in the liberal arts. You shouldn't go 200,000 into debt for a stupid law degree at an unranked school. Maybe, here, you ready for another one? Maybe you should lose weight so you're healthier and have a better sex life and romance life. Super hypersonic ring. That one broke Mach 4. But I'm not popular. All right. But I don't give a shit. I was the least popular kid in my school. Everyone go fuck yourselves. I could do this shit all day. Was that Triple X? Anyway, but most people are intellectual cowards and weaklings, and you just want to be popular. Oh, I totally care about the poor children. I don't. Not my kids. It's too bad. You know, I'd be for teaching them things like becoming a tradesman or majoring in engineering. But let me guess, your solution is more money. And all they'll do is get these kids fat. The whore of a single mom's going to spit out more kids. The deadbeat dad won't be tracked down for child support, and the taxpayer gets to pay it. Are we going to learn from this lesson and teach these kids the hard facts? Like, hey, kids, this is a vasectomy. Hey, sweetheart, here's some birth control. For God's sake, please don't do what your parents did. Nope. It's the patriarchy or whatever else you got to tell them to be popular. It's not sluttery. It's the patriarchy. It's Donald Trump. Just to be popular. And that's the other half of the Democrats. In generally, or Socialist Party, whatever. You're a bunch of panhandlers and you just want free shit. You want other people's money, you don't want to work, and you're perfectly fine enslaving other people. And you can rationalize it however you want. Oh, the rich, the inherited it, which I'm not necessarily against a wealth inheritance tax, but that's for a different thing. At the end of the day, I don't care how you rationalize it, you're still taking away other people. You're still a lazy sack of shit, and you don't want to work for a living. That's it. That's at the end of the day. I don't care where you get the money. At the end of the day, that's who you are. And the other half is you just want to be popular because instead of telling them, like, hey, we ought to like work for a living, otherwise we're going to like starve. And no, you shouldn't get free shit. You should support yourself. Instead of, I think we should have free daycare and free education and free food and free housing. And then it's like, well, then why are people going to work for a living if it's all free? And they're like, why is there no housing? We said it was free. Why are people working? Why can't I find a man? That's for you, girls. We vote to make it all free. We vote to have no consequences. We don't make anyone work. Girls confused why there aren't any real men working jobs and they're all living at home. You got the Democrat men you asked for, ladies. But I just want to boil it. I just want to point that out. That's all of the left in the world. That's all the left. I want free shit, and I also want to be popular. I don't want to be practical. I don't want to be real world. I do not care about society. I only care about me, and that society views me as a good person and I'm popular. I don't care about what's right. I don't care what's going to help. I don't care what's going to make us all rich. I don't care about what's practical. 9 out of 10 times because you're too damn lazy to think it through. But that's all you are. And so I don't know, could we just stop it with the advanced degrees and political analyst and journo, and all these prizes? Could we just get rid of the prizes? Just get rid of the prizes. No more Nobel Peace Prizes. No more Grammys, whammies, bammies, slammies, or Oscars. No more Charles Montgomery Burns Outstanding Achievement in the Field of Excellence Award. Just knock it off with it. Just knock it off. No more advanced, none of that. None of it. Just say, I want free shit and other people to pay for it, and I want to be popular. Okay? That's it. That's all there is. All right. Drew, $2. Why are childish folks paying for public schools? Because it's for the children, because that's popular. Herschel for 30 shekels again. Someone should make me a painting where Jerome Powell gives a hand job to a giant male penis that comes money right in the faces of millennials as they yell more government money. Holy shit. If you can paint that, Herschel, please, somebody paint that. That'd be great. That would be great. Drew, $5. My neighbor always says she wants to live in a luxury apartment, and we just had a condo come up for sale, and I sent her the listing. She's broke. Ralph, let me guess. Well, obviously she's broke. It's because of her decisions, right? She majored in something stupid, if majored in anything at all. Didn't work, didn't save money. Probably had more kids than she could afford. If she did get some kind of settlement from her husband, she did throw it in the S&P 500 fund. And now I bet she still has the mentality, I deserve other people's money. Oh, Doron is not Herschel. I don't know. I like Herschel. Come on. What's wrong with Herschel? His name is Doron. So is Herschel is that even an Israeli? I know it's a Jewish name, but is it an Israeli name or is that an American Jewish name? Herschel. All right, but Doron, I'll try to remember that. Goth Rocker, $10. Clary, you have nailed it during this video. I'm a 40-year-old single white male. All single mothers say, well, you have your own house and 3 vehicles. You should pay more taxes to help out the kid. Exactly. Oh, dude, of all the people, now I can't speak for other races, but and maybe for those of you Hispanic, Asian, Black, maybe you guys can tell me about your particular races, your women, your women's. But I think our women, the white woman, I think they got a lock on the desire to be popular. I think they're the ones. They're like the gold medal Olympiads at voting away the future and the fundamentals and the freedom and destroying the country and the economy to be popular. Like they will throw everything under the bus to be popular. They'd vote in Satan if it was to be popular. They'd vote in Karl Marx. They would vote in the worst of the worst if it made them popular, if society liked them more. I'm maybe I could be wrong. Could be wrong. Goth Rocker, 10 generous dollars again. Clary, also, I'm a 40-year-old, worked 60 to 70 hours, lost 84 pounds down to 250. It's all about discipline and not being lazy. That's all anything is. Look, production doesn't come out of thin air. It doesn't. I mean, by the laws of physics, there has to be energy expended to create something. I'm not saying most, there aren't guys out there that believe in this stuff, but, there's a certain group of people who believes in chakra crystals and fatism and tarot cards and the fates and astrology that you just will it and it will happen. But yeah, it's you're here, you're alive. You either do it or you don't. You either work at it, improve your life, or you don't. I don't care which one you do, but I guarantee you, if you do not work at it, you will waste your life. Even if you get a free government stimmy check. Look at all the guys out there who get the free government stimmy check. And all they do is eat the chicken tendies, do their Adderall, smoke their pot, and then, don't get laid. And then the other gal you mentioned before, all the single mothers say you have your own house and 3 vehicles. Like, what happened to the money? What happened to all the money? What? Where did it go? Where? I bet you got some nice purses. I bet you got some great shoes. Where did the money go? And dare I suggest, if you wanted the nice house and the 3 cars, maybe you shouldn't have had 3 kids. But I'm the sexist. I'm the bigot. I'm the tyrant. I'm whatever. I'm not the one who's a miserable single mom who's poor, doesn't have a family, destroyed the lives of my children, and will grow up and die an old, bitter spinster with jack fuck all shit to show for it. Just another single mom. That's literally what it will be. You'll just be another single mom. You'll be another Adderall addicted zillennial living at home at 34. There's a generation of men. I want to be fair. Okay. I want to also criticize men constructively. There's going to be a generation of men who are going to inherit their baby boomers' parents' house. There's going to be a certain amount of equity in it that the baby boomers hadn't taken out in a reverse mortgage. And they're going to live at home until they don't pay the property taxes or take home equity loans out. And then they'll be kicked out and they'll be about mid-50s, early 60s. You'll be in the same boat. That's your life. But hey, I want free shit. Okay, thank you. We're learning a lot. Herschel's not a common Israeli name. All right, there we go. So it is an American Jewish name. Drew, $2. Saving money isn't that hard. Stick to a routine. Speaking of which, thank you for mentioning that, Drew. I don't have it linked below, but open now over on Teachable is my course on minimalism. If you're one of these people who's in debt because you spend a lot of money, yet you're not happy, and you're finding out that stuff doesn't make you happy, may I recommend my minimalism course? It's called Achieving Minimalism Theory and Practice. You could find it on Teachable. It's open for another 36 hours for enrollment. It's $450 plus tax. Why so expensive? Because I can charge that much. Also, you won't take it seriously unless you pay a lot. People need to suffer a price. They need to suffer pain to make changes in their lives. And I look at what Americans piss away their money on. I'm like, I'm not charging you $40 when you're out there spending $600 on bottle service while you're up to your eyeballs in debt. Or you have your $700 a month car payment, making your $11 an hour as a waitress. But you're right, Drew. It isn't that hard. It really isn't that hard. Goth Rocker, again, $10. Clary, I also live in Pennsylvania high property school taxes. Yeah. Well, you don't have kids. I presume you don't have kids. You should have to pay. You should pay the teachers to work 9 months out of the year, more money to teach the kids to hate productive, successful people and to be victims and to think the most important things about themselves is not what they do in their lives, what their intellect is, or what they achieve, or who they love, or anything like that. That's the most important thing is the traits they were born with. That's the most important thing. You got to convince them that Martin Luther King was wrong. It's the opposite. It is the color of your skin, and fuck your content of character. Generation Apollo, $5. Logical fallacy of the left. People can't govern themselves, but a few educated individuals could somehow govern hundreds of millions of people. They don't think that. They don't even use that logic. The left just look, the governing left are the people who got lucky and won the lottery, like Nancy Pelosi, Ocasio-Cortez. They got elected, they get the money. I think that they're miserable people because they're just parasites. Like their core principle is parasitism, which carries over into all their interactions with all their people. Do you think anyone likes Nancy Pelosi? Do you think she gets to sit down and exchange good jokes and has a really cool poker game going on? Do you think anyone is happy she shows up at a party? Do you think Ocasio-Cortez, do you think anybody likes her except for her tits? Honestly, on a social level, like she is so dumb. I'm not saying because I don't like her. I'm saying because it's true. She's a truly stupid person. Can you imagine anyone of any worth or substance hanging out with her who just doesn't want a titty fucker? Really, there's the pie chart. Reasons people hang out with Ocasio-Cortez, not related to politics. So absent politics, why do people hang out with them? It's got to be a big old Pac-Man, like 98% titty fuck. And then like a sliver of 2%. I don't know. Yeah, sisterhood. What? I don't know. Why would you hang out with that person? So I don't think they're educated or they even go like, oh, we need to lead. It's like, no, oh my God, I got free shit. I don't have to work and I'm so smart. All right, there you guys go. So link below, I have a bunch of links. I got links to my Amazon affiliate program. If you want to go buy some stuff on Amazon, do all your Amazon shopping through that link, bookmark it, whatever, save it. Don't use your phone, you young punk kids. Link to my books. That's also linked below. And then I think link to my courses. But yeah, if you guys want, try that minimalism course. It's open for enrollment. Will be for the next 40 hours-ish or so. And get your financial shit together. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.